Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are here to talk about marriage, the lovely topic of marriage. So we're going to start off about talking about our transition from being individuals, being single or dating, and transitioning into marriage, and having to think about two people. So let's start off with our dating experience. So we were dating, still single, and you were thinking as an individual, thinking about yourself. Let's be honest. Um, you're still thinking as an individual, and then things progress, right? Then what, babes? says says the only child. We're talking about this transition. Anyways, so let's talk about Jasmine's experience and my experience. So for me, the transition was exciting but different. So I'm not an only child compared to Jasmine, where she is. I have a little brother, so there wasn't a case where I had an issue with sharing.
But you really kind of are an only child. There's a big age gap between you two.
But I still know how to share.
I do too.
You know how to share?
I do.
Ah, okay.
I asked if he wanted dessert last night.
Wow. Okay. So, anyways, that's what we're talking about right there. So,
I mean, it even if you're not an only child, you're so used to. You've been going through this life, making decisions for you, especially, after college, and even though you might have been dating and in a couple of relationships and stuff like that, it's really different when you're married. Like, this is a legal bond, and so everything you do, whether you decide to buy a home or you want to move, or if you have to switch jobs that might cause you to have to relocate, you have to, while all that stuff sounds exciting and you want to jump the gun, you have to come back home and you have to discuss, how is this going to affect my family? And even if you don't have kids or whatever, your family, like we are a family right now. Really with major decisions, and even if you decide to go splurge at the mall, and
you gotta think about stuff.
You gotta
like
think
that.
about that because bills have to be paid.
Bills have to be paid. You gotta think about and those are, which is funny. And people say finances. That's probably the major cause of divorce, right? So all of those are things that you really have to be mindful. The major question that we've been asked to is, how do we bond our two cultures? And honestly, let me give you guys the background. I'm from Barbados, born and raised, and I moved over to the United States when I was 17 years old. Jasmine, born and raised in the United States of America. So she's from here. I'm from Barbados. Honestly, there was not much of an impact in terms of culturally. Like, there was no bad influence culturally when we linked up.
I mean, it's pretty similar. I think a lot of that too has to do, I mean, it would be a cultural thing, but it is on like how you all are raised.
How you're raised, absolutely.
I think his parents did a good job of.
You think?
They did do a good job. One of the things that was like so attractive for me is that this man, like, if something were to happen to me, or I had to go on a hiatus for like 2 weeks, like, I know he wouldn't starve. Like, he could iron his pants, his shirts, and if a button falls off his pants, he can sew it back on. He can cook dinner for himself. Like, he's very self-sufficient and literally doesn't need me for a thing. He knows how to do laundry. And while all this sounds like so very basic, there's a lot of men out there who cannot do for themselves.
It's okay, babe. It's okay, babe. It's okay.
There's a lot of men who cannot do that for themselves. So it's good to have that in a partner, because while we are women and we can do it all, we don't want to have to do it all. So I don't know if that's like a Caribbean thing, that their mothers just teach them, how to do that, or part of it was that he had to come here at 17. He didn't have any help. nobody was close to help him.
I think it's a good combination of
It
both.
would have been more of a challenge if like maybe there's like a language barrier here,
Or like a religious barrier or something like
yeah.
that. So,
which we didn't encounter any of that. So that's a question we get asked a lot. So it's not really a cultural thing.
yeah, there's no cultural barrier that really distinguishes or separates us in any way, or there was nothing that we had to get over or get through because we came from two different places.
Except
Luckily,
pork.
yeah. Except I love pork. So that takes us into the next topic, which for me is the most important. That's just you have fun, have fun in your marriage. You know what I'm saying? You'll probably see us laughing all the time. That's it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the previous videos, I married her because she's genuinely happy, period. And that's what we do. We're happy and we have fun, right? Like, we laugh at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Well, all day we laugh, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. And then obviously there are other times where we get serious, where we have to discuss serious matters. Like we mentioned previously, finances, if we have to plan for something. And yes, we do argue. It happens, right? We are two different people who think differently, but have to think together,
right?
Which is
I mean, with anybody in any type of relationship, you're gonna whether it's a friendship or not, you're not always going to agree on something. I feel like it's super weird if you
do, yeah.
But yeah, like he said, you're two individuals. You have to coexist under one roof and make collective decisions. While I won't call it like a win or lose type situation, but like you have to be able to see things from the other individual's perspective, and you have to be able to kind of bend,
compromise, understand. All those words of which we want to get into,
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like super cliche, but that's really what you have to do.
Yes.
And that goes back into you getting out of that individual mindset. Like, there's big decisions that come, especially, when you're first starting out. They say your first year of marriage is the hardest. It's tough because it's a transition.
Yes.
You're not used to like literally 24/7 with somebody all the time.
I guess
there's nowhere you can like run to.
Yeah. I guess I can agree with that statement in terms of it being the hardest. I think like I think both of us can agree that our second year was a lot easier. Although our first year was not tough per se, but we experienced most of our hardships, I think, in our first year, and we've learned so much that I don't think that we'll ever make those mistakes again, right?
It's like only going up from
and there was nothing where our marriage was on the brink of exploding, or because what we did was we communicated a lot, right? We made sure that we discussed everything, and that brings me to the next topic: communication. Talk. You have to talk. You have to
talk, not yell. Don't raise your voice, and it's okay to call your partner out. Like if you don't feel like how they're trying
check
to
your partner. Don't be scared to
trying to explain something to you, and they could just be very passionate about it or whatever.
That was the issue that I had, where sometimes I would get passionate about something, and she'd check me on how I would speak to her or talk at her. And that's something that I had to work on as an individual to keep my family and my wife happy. So don't be scared to check your partner, right? If there's anybody else in the world that should be checking you, it should be your partner,
right?
And vice versa.
Because they know you better than anybody else. I mean, besides your mom or dad, I guess.
Right.
But because you're going to come into disagreement, so it's all about how it's your delivery. You attract more bees with honey than you do salt. At the end of the day, this is your partner. This is your spouse. Like, you have to lay down in the bed with them at night and go to sleep and wake up in the morning and keep doing life.
And don't let let's talk about this laying down at night thing. Don't try not to go to sleep angry. That's one thing that we try not to do. I think we might have done it once.
Yeah.
We might have done it once, since, and we've been married for 2 years.
And I don't like it. I don't. I don't like when we get into a discussion and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to talk to you for like an hour.
She really does that.
She really does but I will do it.
I mean, that's the female in her, which is fine. And there are some times where we would have a discussion and I tell her, babe, let's talk about it later. But
and sometimes I want to talk about it
she wants to talk about it right now, and then it escalates into something else, of which there's a reason why I didn't want to talk about it right now, you know, and then things kind of get out of hand. But all of those are things that you got to work with. But you know, just try not to go to bed angry at each other. That's I think that helps a lot.
Tomorrow doesn't promise. Like,
as angry as you are, give her a kiss, man. You know, and yes,
I will
as
say
a man,
that.
you gotta suck it up and just give her a kiss.
Yeah, there's been times where I like feel like he's upset, but he'll, you know, be like, all right, good night, babe, love you, you know.
I mean, the kiss might not be like a real,
like a normal,
real soft and juicy kiss, but
also, I feel like, never mind, that's another topic for another day.
Who pissed her off?
No, not piss me off. I just feel like once I got married, there's been like people who just feel like that they can't.
That's
be my friend anymore.
Good. Oh, I'm so glad you said that, babe. I am so glad that you said that.
I'm still the same. Me ain't nothing changed with the last name and a wedding ring. So I don't know what that is.
You should have cued me, babe. I would have mixed that in. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what that's about, but hey, it is what it is.
No, that's a good point though, babe. Just because you get married, you still need go out with your friends. I mean, I have my outlets.
He has his guy nights, and he still sits here and plays the Xbox.
I play my video games, but that's me, because at the end of the day, you're still human. You go to work, you come home to a family. You need some type of outlet, right? Mm-hmm. For me, working out, playing football, aka what the Americans call soccer, playing FIFA, playing my video games. Those are my outlets where I shut my mind off, or I go with my boys and they have to. And when we first started, when we were first married though, wifey didn't like to leave me at all. I used to have to like beg her. I was like, babe, go. Like, I had to, babe, go out with your friends. Like, go. Right? And you know, but that's just how she is. I'll continue to beg her to go out, but have an outlet. You know, it's very important. Good point, babe. I know I married you for some reason.
Hopefully it was more than my memory.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Let us know what else you want to hear.
Let us know what else you want to hear. Our next video, we're going to talk about pregnancy. Boom. Having a whole family. And maybe the baby's going to be here. I don't know.
Who knows?
Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.